if we're interested in spiritual development, this state that we are talking about, the correction of the collective soul, as you mentioned, the correction of the shattering, as mentioned in many Kabbalistic texts, the end of correction, which is a state of complete and total connection with the force that created that collective soul, what we call the light, or the creator, the upper force, however you want to call it. So achieving that state of complete adhesion with that force and complete correction of the broken soul, that is what we're aimed at if we are interested in spiritual development. Now, when does it happen in the context of all of humanity? That depends on how quickly all of us as a society begin to change our aim. We have to go through a complete transformation if you're talking about human society. We're moving towards it, but we're not quite there yet. This is going to entail a lot of changes in human society, which I won't get into. But by the way, if you're interested, there is a weekly podcast that we do on this channel with other fellow Kabbalah instructors. And we're talking about exactly that, about how we can see from what is happening in the world, how gradually, bit by bit, humanity and everything that's happening in human society is moving us towards that great transition that humanity has to go through. That's from the perspective of humanity as a society. There's no set date for it, because there's also an element of free choice in the development of mankind. And so Kabbalah doesn't have a fortune-telling style prediction that can tell you in, like there used to be something about 2012, I remember, years ago. There's all kinds of prophecies of that sort. You're not going to find that in the wisdom of Kabbalah, because Kabbalists don't engage in what you call fortune telling. But what Kabbalists do give us are the basic laws of nature, the fundamental laws that govern human development. And from that perspective, they can say roughly, generally, where we're going and what each period in humanity is supposed to develop within us. From that perspective, I can say, yes, we've already entered this stage where the great transition is beginning, the great transformation of humanity. We're already moving there, and there's no other way to go. If you want to be the most specific that you can be from a Kabbalistic perspective, is you can say that the world as we know it has changed since 1995, meaning pretty much as we entered the 21st century, we've entered such a time where we're all moving towards the final correction. But when will it happen? That really depends on humanity's free choice. That being said, you, as an individual who is awakened towards spirituality, you can move faster. You can actualize your free choice and realize your spiritual progress. And if you do whatever is in your power to do, then you'll be able to go above that collective time, so to speak, and you'll have your own pace of progress of spiritual development. This is what we call in Kabbalah the difference between collective providence or general providence, which is to say the program of nature that guides all of humanity towards its goal, versus private providence or individual providence, which is the program of nature that guides the person who actively, consciously wants to develop spiritually.